Hey you guys, before I got into the video, I just wanted to talk briefly about my new ebook, Zodiac Signs Sex Language. Whether you're looking to improve your sex life and your dating life, or if you're just looking to expand your knowledge about astrology, this is definitely the right book for you. This book is meant to help you improve your sex life, your dating life, and your love life, your relationships, and to spice it up in the bedroom if need be, or to just once again help you learn more about astrology. So if you're interested in any of these things, if you're interested in learning about the different love languages and the different sex languages of the zodiac signs, definitely look into getting this book, Zodiac Signs Sex Language, written by me, edited by me, and designed by me, Lamarr Townsend. So you can purchase this ebook on my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com, or you can purchase it on Amazon, on the Amazon Kindle ebook store, all right? Or just amazon.com. All right, into the video we go. Thank you for listening and watching. When a guy does this, then you know he is into you. So, how to tell if a guy is into you? Well, one of the most surefire ways that I can tell if a man or a guy is into me is when he stares just a little bit too long. Now, this can be especially apparent when you're driving or when you're walking somewhere and, suddenly you catch a man's eye and he just stares a little bit too long. He looks at you a little bit too long. He may even smile. Some of them don't smile, but they'll just kind of stare, and they may look at you a little bit oddly, and that could be because I'm a man, that sometimes is mistaken as a woman, which I don't understand a lot of times, but also I'm gay, so clearly, but sometimes it can be a bit confusing because they'll stare, and they won't really show any signs of whether or not they're into you. They'll just kind of stare. But one way that I find, if it's kind of like a confrontational stare, or if it's like I'm into you stares, I kind of like stare back, but I may give like a little bit of a stank face, like what are you staring at? And then if the guy gets a little bit frustrated or flustered, then I'm like, okay, you're into me, but you didn't know how to express it, right? See, this is what you have to understand. The eyes are the window to the soul, okay? So when you lock eyes with a man and, the man looks into your eyes and, he just stares a little bit too long. His face, even his body may be literally, facing towards you or geared towards you, for more than 5 seconds, I would say. That's a clear indication that he's into you, or he's at least intrigued by you, clearly intrigued by your appearance, how you look. So in my opinion, that's one of the surefire ways to tell if a guy is into you. Now this isn't foolproof. Just because he stares at you doesn't mean he wants to marry you or date you. It does mean at the very least that he's intrigued by what he sees. So, now to take it a bit deeper, how do you tell, maybe you've been talking to a guy for a while. How can you tell if a guy's into you and you've already been dating? You've already been kind of talking. Well, another surefire way for me is he shows up for you. He makes time for you. He puts in the effort. When he says he's going to call you to hang out or call you, period, he actually calls you, then that shows, that he's, he's interested in you, that he cares about you and the relationship that you guys are building with one another. If he actively wants to hang out with you, actively wants to pursue you, maybe you're not doing all of the initiating, all of the texting, sometimes he actually, initiates text sometimes, then that's a clear indication that he's into you. A guy knows what he wants, all right? And a guy that knows what he wants, and he's a real man, goes after what he wants, okay? And there's nothing that can stop him, So these are just some clear kind of indications that a guy may be into you. Of course, they're not foolproof. Like I said, no guy is the same. But one of the most, I would say, entry-level ways to figure out is it worth it is the lock eyes thing. If he locks eyes with you for longer than 5 or 10 seconds, then I would say, okay, there may be an attraction there for sure, that you may want to pursue, so get your flirtation on, do whatever it is you do, to, reel them in, all right, at that point. But, And after this, you may realize that a lot of guys are actually attracted to you. Like, oh, I never realized, I'm so glad Lamar told me this little trick, in secret. Yeah, once you kind of pay attention, you'll realize that, hey, actually I get a lot of attention when I'm out, from guys, I may not, realize it, but, I get a lot of attention. So, when you start going out more often, you'll start to realize, that guys are actually attracted to you, that you are someone who is worthy of attracting, a mate, a partner. So don't worry about it. You're amazing. You are going to attract someone. And this is one of the things that I love about this, because this is something you can do anywhere you go. I do this when I go to the grocery store. I promise you, I go to the grocery store at midnight, or like 11 p.m. and I'll walk in. First of all, the walk there alone, you'll see guys passing in cars, and you'll literally see guys look at you, as they're driving past you, for a few seconds, and I'm like, okay, he's interested. He thinks I'm cute, or he's at least, intrigued by what he sees, right? When I'm in the grocery store and I'm walking down the aisles, there's always one, or two, three guys who, you just get a vibe, you look at them, you smile, and you just get a vibe. But that's another thing, is getting a vibe. Guys are really sometimes sneaky, alright, and they're not the best at explaining their feelings. So, a lot of times you do have to read between the lines, okay, which is why I was saying, reading between the lines of a guy looking, into your eyes longer than 5 seconds is a clear indication that he's into you. Reading between the lines, a guy showing up for you, wanting to, hang out with you, wanting to spend time with you, that, that's a clear indication that he's interested. So you do have to read between the lines a lot of times with guys, especially in the beginning stages, which is so frustrating, but, it is what it is, just as they are, players of the dating game, you can be a player of the dating game as well. And this is one way to become a master, actually, at dating, is to master the understanding that, what I hate people saying, and I hate myself saying this too, no one's attracted to me. I'm never going to attract a man. I used to say this all of the time, because when I went out, I never had a man approach me and say, hey, you're really attractive. Can I take you out on a date? Or I never had a man, come up to me and say, just overtly, say, I'm attracted to you. Here's my number. Like, that's what I wanted, deep down, but it never really happened that way, unfortunately. One, because probably my energy wasn't open to that actually happening, because I kept telling myself no one's attracted to me, right? Which is far from the truth. But once I got, deeper into my spirit, deeper into myself, I realized, that there are men who are attracted to me, and actually maybe they're just as shy as I am. Maybe they're just as nervous as I am. Maybe they're just as a little bit unsure as I am, right? But you have to read between the lines. You have to recognize context clues, right? So, one way to recognize is by the eyes, okay? A guy will always stare at you longer than 5 seconds or 10 seconds when they are interested. Now, you have to be, the more you practice this, the more you'll get better at it, the more masterful you become. Because some guys really, try to play it off. They'll look at you, for like 3 seconds, but then they'll look away. But if you're a master at reading guys, you'll say, okay, just the intenseness of that energy I got from him looking at me at the 3 seconds, and, with the quickness he looked away, but then looked back again, clearly he's into me, but he's fighting it, right? Some guys will be interested in you, but they'll fight it for whatever reason. You know how guys can be, right? But, when you're a master at reading guys, you can be like, well, I can see you're into me, but, clearly you have some things going on within yourself. So maybe you're not the best option for me anyway, right? So you can, even, be able to like pinpoint which guys are viable options for you and which guys aren't viable options for you, right? So there's so many benefits to recognizing when a guy's interested in you, okay? And first of all, It allows you to recognize when a guy's into you. Okay, so when a guy's not into you and you're not getting certain signals, such as this, you can realize, okay, maybe he's not that into me. But two, and I don't think I ever got to this, it boosts your ego. It boosts your self-esteem when you realize that, oh, actually, I am attractive. Guys are attracted to me out here in these streets, by doing these exercises, by paying attention, locking eyes with guys, seeing what their reactions are, you'll see how your energy affects people. You'll see, you'll just recognize so many things about yourself, about men, all right, about, just so many things. And then maybe you'll muster up the courage to actually say hello to one of these guys, and start a conversation. So these are some ways on how to tell if a guy is into you, if a guy does any of these things, if they lock eyes with you for a period of time, if they show up for you, if they want to hang out with you, they want to spend time with you. All right. Then, these are clear indications that a guy is into you. All right. So yeah, I hope this video was good for you to hear, and I hope you got something out of it. Excuse me. If you would like to elaborate, please contact me on my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. I would love to hear from you. Of course, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, share and comment, okay? And also, please follow me on my social media pages, Lamarr Townsend Tarot, on Facebook, okay, or Lamarr Townsend, www.facebook.com/Lamarr Townsend official on Facebook. Instagram is at Lamarr Townsend, all right, and I would love it if you would also check out my website where I do birth chart readings, psychic tarot readings, and so much more. I do compatibility birth chart readings, business birth chart readings, individual birth chart readings, and birth chart readings for children. I do phone psychic tarot readings, I do email psychic tarot readings, and so much more. So if you would like that, contact me on my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. Thank you guys for your support, and go up and catch some men, ladies and gents, okay, with these well-equipped tips and tricks, okay, with the knowledge of knowing actually how to tell if a man is into you, okay. Another thing is, one indication a guy is not into you is if he is, looking at other men or women when he's in your presence. Remember, the eyes. If his eyes are constantly on you, he's into you and you only, all right. You better work. Love and light. Have you been wanting to get a reading from me? Well, it's easy. Let's go through it together. So all you do is you visit my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com, and you can visit the site on your computer or on your phone, and you click the store button right here at the top of the page. And here are all my services that I offer. I do candle offerings and all different types of birth chart readings and psychic tarot readings, messages from your spirit guides, and so much more. So you click the one that you want. You click the Pay with PayPal button, and it'll take you to the PayPal page where you can pay for your reading. Now, you'll hear from me within 24 hours, for your reading confirmation, and then I'll get your reading back to you within a 48-hour period. Usually, it's, a day or less, okay? So I look forward to reading for you. Thank you for your support.